Alright, so what we're gonna do right now is this is actually Chishiro, the Shattered Blade, the Precon. We're building a Goad version, and we're actually making Gahiji the commander of that Precon deck, just because it allows us to play white. But this is essentially that Precon, so we're gonna play test this right now, and we're gonna see how well this does. This is a goading type deck, so I could have played the cat commander that literally goads your creatures, your opponent's creatures, but I like the attack buff that you get from Gahiji. So we'll see how that works out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got, okay, we got ramp. We have kind of like card draw. We have ramp right here because this taps for mana, and then a way to buff our creatures. So we'll definitely, and a way to goad. So this is actually a perfect opening hand. So we'll play this. We'll draw. Kaima. Okay, we're off to a good start here. So we're just gonna get down this forest and then pass a turn. You know what? I never added any planes. I just realized that right now. There are no planes inside this deck. You know what? We're just gonna pretend that this forest right here is a plains. And I'm just gonna go ahead and grab these lands right. I'm just gonna grab some lands, and I'll just grab plains as we go. I'm gonna take out that forest. Alright, so now I got a plains. Whenever I need a plains, I'm just gonna grab it. So we do that. We'll pass the turn. Okay, it comes back to our turn. We'll draw. I find a forest. Cool. I gotta get down this mountain, and then I'm gonna tap 2. And we're gonna play this dude that taps for green mana, and everybody takes damage when he's tapped. I'm gonna say go. We'll untap. We'll draw to a rampant growth. So I'm actually gonna get down this. Well, I have 3 mana right now, technically. So what we can do is I could potentially draw and rampant growth this turn. So we'll get down the plains. We'll tap no, I need that mountain. So we're gonna tap this and this. So green, white, and I'll cast a rampant growth. Search my library for a no, just to get it out of the way. I'm actually gonna just take out a mountain, and then I'm gonna go grab a plains. Put that onto the battlefield tapped. Then I'm gonna tap 2. And I'm gonna cast this Thrill of Possibility. I'm gonna discard this forest, and I'm gonna draw 2 cards. So 1, 2, and then I'll pass. Okay, untap, draw. Okay. Lyrics. Hold up. Let's actually go back to this, and then we'll do that right there. Just get the music situated. Alright, we good. So we got this over here. I got the Orochi Merge Keeper now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and tap this dude. Everybody takes 1 damage. Tap this. I'll get down the Orochi. And then let's say our opponent has a scary creature. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna tap 3, and I'm gonna cast some Martial Impetus on that creature. So it gets +1/+1 and it's goaded. And then when it attacks one of my opponents, it gets +1/+1 to the end of turn. Each other creature that's attacking one of your opponents gets +1/+1. Well, it's actually pretty cool. So that happens. So our opponent's creature is goaded. Alright, turn 4 goad. That's cool. So we'll untap. We'll draw a command tower. We'll play that. And right now, looking at my hand, you know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. We could get down Kaima, but I don't know if that really matters. I mean, I could play Kaima and then Skyblade's Boon an opponent's creature my opponent's control. So yeah, let's do that just for fun. We'll go 1, 2 into 3, 4. So everybody takes 1. I play Kaima. Then I'm gonna tap 2 right here, and I'm gonna play a boon on my opponent's creature. So this gives it +1/+1 in flying, and then if this is in the graveyard, I can pay 3 mana to put it back into my hand, and then I'll pass the turn there. Opponent's creatures are tapped and attacking. Good, so now they're doing their thing. Now I'll untap. I'll draw, decimate. I mean, it's not too bad of a draw here, honestly. But I think what we can do here is our opponent's creatures technically should be tapped. Because wait a minute, that's enchanted, but a +1/+1. Wait a minute. Go to so technically Kaima needs to have 2 +1/+1 counters. So Kaima's a 5/5 right now. So what I'm gonna do is, let's say our opponent has no way to block because they're goaded. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna get down Gahiji. You know, I'm looking at this Grumgully and I think his Grumgully needs to go, if I'm being honest. We're gonna get down Gahiji. And you know, I think I'm actually gonna tap this way. Need that. Yeah, I'll play like this. So now we go to combat and we'll attack with Kaima for 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, and then 6, 7 with Gahiji, and then we pass the turn. So we'll do our thing. Whatever's happening is happening. Let's say our opponents attack again. We do the thing. It's our turn. We'll untap. We'll draw. Rishkar's Expertise. Literally exactly what I needed. Oof, this is gonna be a bomb play. We're gonna tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll play the Rishkar's Expertise. We'll draw cards equal, because Kaima has, this is until the end of turn, so actually we're gonna wait, because we're gonna go to combat. Kaima is 5/5, 2 more counters, 7/7, we'll go to combat. Kaima's a 9/7, so we deal 9 damage to somebody with Kaima. And then now we'll tap and we'll cast the Rishkar's Expertise. So draw cards equals the greatest power among creatures you control, which is 9. We'll draw 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I should play the Return of the Wild Speaker inside this deck, honestly. And then I get to play a spell with mana value 5 or less, which is great. So, ooh, this is a pretty good hand, being honest. So let's say our opponents played a could get down Nayeth, but just in case of a board wipe, I'd rather not play that. I think I'd rather get down the Decimate here. Just to, yeah, we'll decimate our opponent's creatures or whatever, and then we'll pass the turn. Somebody casts a board wipe, we'll say, and we lose all our creatures. Everything goes away. It would be cool to get Kaimu back, so I probably should play some spells that say return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Maybe instead of playing like just straight up card draw, I didn't play a land for that turn, by the way. Maybe instead of playing straight up card draw, we play card draw, and we'll also use like recursion as a way, as a form of card advantage in a sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think I take out 3. 1, 2, and this Grumgully I really don't like, so I think the Grumgully is actually gonna go. So we'll untap, we'll draw Fires Yavimaya, get down this Mossfire Valley. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So this is what we're gonna do. After that board wipe, we're going to go ahead and pay 3 mana. We're going to play a Fires of Yavimaya. And then I tapped incorrectly. So we're going to do that. And I still tapped wrong. So we're going to do that. Then I'm going to tap 4. And then we get down Nayeth. And now that Nayeth is in play, Nayeth should have haste because of the Fires of Yavimaya. And then what we're gonna do is attack with Nayeth. And then we'll pass the turn, so. Okay, and then they go to our turn. We'll untap. Okay, we'll draw. Got a forest. Okay, we'll play the forest. What we're actually gonna do here is, yeah, I really need a way to get stuff out of my graveyard. I really would like that Kaima back right now. Because technically, I could play this, and then that could start buffing Kaima all over again. But whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I play Gahiji right now, I'll be left with 1 mana. I just don't think Gahiji is really that important at this point in time. I kind of can just play around Nayeth. I think drawing cards right now is going to be important. So let's actually go 3. We'll play the Sigarda's Imprisonment, so our opponent's creature can't attack our block, which means that we can now attack with Nayeth. So I'm going to freely pay 3 mana, and I'm gonna cast a. Actually, I'm just gonna go to combat. I'm attack with Nayeth, and then what I'll do is pay 3 to cast a Hunter's Insight to draw 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3, and I drew Nahiri's Binding, which is basically another Sigarda's Imprisonment, a Forest, and an Estian Wanderer. I think what we're gonna do right now is, I don't have any. I do have an enchantment in hand, actually. Did I play a forest this turn? I don't even know. We're just gonna get down to creature. I'm gonna tap 2 right now. I'm gonna get down this Nessian Wanderer, and then I'm gonna pass the turn. Right, we shouldn't be able to be attacked because of Sigarda's Imprisonment. We will untap, draw. Got a Kodama's Reach. We'll play our land. Yeah, no, I wish this was an aura, because if this was an aura right now, I would just enchant a land, and then I could search for a land card, and it would be cool. But one day. So looking at all this stuff right now, I'm gonna get down this Can I buff any of my creatures? The only way I can buff a creature right now is via Gahiji. How many lands I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So technically I can play Gahiji and ramp this turn. And then play an enchantment the next turn to search for a land so that I may hit my land drop that next turn. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait a minute. That's my mana. We're gonna play Gahiji. Then we'll tap 2 and we'll play a Farseek. And we'll search for a mountain. We'll play that mountain. Then I'll hit my microphone. And then we'll shuffle. And then this will go here. And then we'll go to combat. I'll attack with Nayeth and then the Nestian Wanderer. So this is gonna get +2, so that's a 5/3, and this is +2, so this is a 3/3. That's 8 damage. Then we'll pass the turn. I have a 4/4 blocker. Say I take damage, whatever. I'll untap. Okay, I'll draw. Bond of Discipline. So we're gonna get down the, let's say, a white, red. We'll play Nahiri's Binding. That's gonna trigger Nestian Wanderer. So I'm gonna look the top 3 cards in my library. I'm gonna grab this mountain, put that into my hand. The rest go on the bottom of my library. Play the land, and then what I can just do here is I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I could have attacked with the Gahiji last turn because it has haste. Just realized that. Now let's say that somebody can't attack. I play Bond of Discipline, which is going to tap down all creatures my opponents control. All my creatures gain lifelink. And what I'm going to do is actually sack the Fires of Yavimaya to give Gahiji +2/+2. And then I'm going to tap 3. And I'm gonna give him I'm gonna double his power with Nayeth. And there's nobody to block him, so I can't target someone to. The creature must be blocked this combat if able. Well, he's not able to be blocked because of these cards. And then I'll go to combat. And then I'll attack, so that's 6, that's 12, and then +2, so that's 14. +7, 17, and then this is 20 damage. And then let's say that's GG. So then that's basically the way this deck is gonna work. So I would have thought it would have been cool to get the opportunity to play Chishiro in this. But I think that Chishiro's cool. But I think that the addition of white and making this a Naya deck instead just gives me the ability to control the game more, as opposed to just playing aggressively and playing aggro. Because with the inclusion of white, I can just stop my opponent from being able to block an attack, and then suddenly, if Chishiro's in play, he becomes much more of a devastating creature. I think that the only thing this deck is really missing is maybe a little bit more card draw, maybe some equipment that draws cards, and then some way to, or enchantments that draw cards, and then maybe some ways that I can return permanents from the graveyard to my hand for cheap that I can just recast again. Whether it's a creature or an enchantment that I want to get out of the graveyard. Maybe a Sun Titan would be pretty good. That way I can just kind of reuse my removal over and over again and just kind of play around that. And I don't have too many 6-drops anyway, so I think Sun Titan would be a pretty good inclusion inside here. But at some point in the future, I'm going to have this deck completely built. But at least we have an idea for what this deck is going to be. So that's how I chose to build Chishiro. If you choose to build Chishiro in your own kind of way, you can leave it in the comment section below. Remember, when you comment, you enter for a chance to enter this week's giveaway, and this week's giveaway is a copy of, I actually put that right here in this camera. It's a copy of Zur the Enchanter. So just keep that in mind. So if you comment, you can win this card, and then we'll go from there. All right, so that's basically gonna be the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, be on the lookout for more like this. And when I'm a better YouTuber, I'll definitely let everyone know the times I go live so that people can prepare and we all can just kind of chill, and you guys can honestly help me build these Magic the Gathering decks too, so I can make these things just a little bit better. All right, so hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for watching this. All right, peace.